So you enjoying the English summer?
Hey, it's nice to not be in the Houston heat.
This is true, this is true. Now, Talor, there are golfers out here on LIV that pick a target and they'll hit one shot shape, whereas you are renowned as one of the best ball strikers, as said by Greg Norman, and you shape the ball both ways. So we want to see that. So let's start off by hitting some.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, I believe good technique breeds skill. So you've got to have good technique to hit it both ways.
Yep.
Can you talk to us about, the foundations of your golf swing?
So where I grew up in Oklahoma, it's windy, kind of like what we have today. And when you have that much wind, I learned from an early age to try to not let the wind take over your ball, which is why I work it both ways. So like today we have wind off the left, so typically on this type of a shot, I'm gonna try to draw it back into the wind. When it gets really windy in Oklahoma, if you just hit draws and you got wind off the right, you gotta start the ball so far right that it can become problematic. And so for me, generally speaking, I probably hit more fades than draws, but specifically with irons, when I need to turn one into the wind like this shot, I'm comfortable doing that. So
can we see one? Let's see a little turn into the...
Little turn. All right. How far are we supposed to hit this one?
Whatever this 7-iron goes.
All right.
I want to see this beautiful strike.
A little cooler today, not going quite as far, but we'll see if we can draw one a little bit.
And we're going at the 150.
At the 150?
Yep.
All right.
That is so good. He's just nailed it straight on target.
Can I quit now?
That's beautiful. You don't need to hit anymore.
I don't need to hit anymore. That's all I need to do.
Now, would you say you're a field player or technical?
I'm definitely a field player. On the course, on the range, we work hard on mechanics and the basic fundamentals. But, when it comes game time, we try to just clear our mind and just go be an artist on the course. And that's part of why, I work it both ways. I don't just hit, the same shot on the range every day I'm on the range, because when I'm on the golf course, I'm shaping it both ways. But, like I said, for me, most of the shots I'm hitting are going to be cuts. And so on the range, we have our core fundamentals that we're constantly working on.
Can you go into those core fundamentals a little bit for us?
Setup is a big thing we work on. So before I pull the trigger, I want to make sure I'm aiming correctly, that, my grip is proper, that, my posture is good. So we have a bunch of checkpoints with kind of the how much tilt I have. I have a tendency to want to kind of start standing up more. So we got to make sure I have, enough knee flex, enough tilt in my spine, make sure my grip is good. I have a tendency to get a little bit weaker with my grip. So we got to make sure my grip is good. And then aim. I'm not very specific with my aim, but I always pick out something, kind of the Jack Nicklaus way. I pick out something here to aim at with the club and then kind of get my body in that direction. So when I'm hitting cuts, I'm aiming left of my target. When I'm hitting draws, I'm aiming more at it or right of it.
Let's see a fade now.
Okay.
So you say you aim a little left.
Yep. And today with the wind even more off the left, this is going to fade a bit. So this will start more at the 200. I'll aim kind of more at that and let the wind kind of take it right.
You're dialed in today.
All right, 2 for 2. I can be done now.
Now, Mal, your caddy,
Yeah.
who's an absolute genius himself,
Yeah.
he said you've got one of the smartest golfing IQs out here. Tell us how that translates into performance. What is smart golf?
Yeah, so I think understanding your game and your capabilities and having confidence but not having an ego. So standing over shot, knowing it, any of us out here can hit any shot we want at any given time, but understanding today I might not have it. And so not choosing the more difficult shot, choosing an easier shot, hitting it 30 feet from the pin rather than at the pin, just understanding, your game, what you have that day and trying to make the most of it. Anybody can hit any given shot at any given time. Anyone can shoot 64 any given day. And sometimes 70 is a good round because you just don't have your good stuff.
This is fascinating that one of the best in the world and amateurs try and hit everything. And you're like, no, I'm going to take the 30 feet. Let's see one more draw to finish up with.
Okay.
Hold it against that left to right wind.
All right. Let's do it.
So ball slightly further back.
Yep, just because my aim is a little bit more to the right now, so it kind of naturally scoots it a little bit further back.
Perfect.
Especially on this tight turf, you want to make sure you hit the ball first. See if we can draw it a little bit.
Talor, you're good to go. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You've had 4 wins. I hope it's your 5th this week.
All right,
Good luck, Talor.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.